We are in our 5th year of our charter with Ball State University. They have decided at this point that they will not be renewing our agreement with them.
I think our methodology here is just basically knowing our students, knowing their strengths, knowing their weaknesses.
I think the school's grown remarkably this year alone. We saw the progress that our students had been making within the first 4 years, and this year we completely changed everything. They're all learning and they're all growing much more confidence in their skills than they were in the past years.
I believe the number one thing I would tell anybody when I recommend this school, which I've done several times over the last 4 years, is that your children will learn more than 1, 2, 3 and ABC. They will learn how to think for themselves and to think independently and problem solve and to treat themselves and others with respect and care and concern.
It's the first school that I've been at where the emphasis on developing the entire student with an emphasis on curriculum and character has been as strong as it is here.
Education is not a blanket, one-size-fits-all. It's absolutely something where alternative opportunities need to be looked at and really need to be appreciated.
I think we really got our arms around what it's going to take to move these kids to the next level. And it's so sad that we've experimented with different ways and trying to make it happen. Now we've got it. Now we're faced with this tremendous hurdle.
As far as academics go here at Imagine, it has been a really positive experience. Miss Martin saw that she was more advanced with her math and moved her up to a higher math class so that she is being challenged, and that's one of the things I love is that they don't just group the students and say, here, everybody do the same thing. They tailor it to each individual student and put them with other students who are at their same level.
When I was hired into one of the now very exclusive suburban neighborhoods in the Fort Wayne community, there was no written curriculum. And I was hired in with the task of create curriculum for this school district. And it took 7 years. And they gave us 7 years. And no one said, oh, at the end of in the middle of the 4th year, oh, you're not good enough, we're going to shut you down.
At Imagine Schools, the academics is great. The math, the attention, the assessments on students periodically, if they see they're falling behind in certain areas, they right away do something. They're very proactive.
My son was having behavioral problems in the 2nd grade, and rather than expel him or suspend him, the teachers and the staff worked with me and Nathaniel. He was just bored with the work. It was not challenging enough for him. So they worked with me and made some adjustments in his work, and he did much better.
Our current process is targeting kids and being proactive, not having a test and then at the very end of the year and realizing what could have been done. But since we have a unit-based curriculum established here, we're able to look at each student every 3 weeks.
Sometimes during the day, if my teacher sees that I'm doing really well and she sees that I'm done with my work and it's all correct, she will let me go down to kindergarten classes and help kindergartners.
And when you got a kid's attitude about school is great, then the opportunity to learn is greater.
The first thing I hear from the parents is that their kids are getting bullied or the teachers do not understand them, that they're not happy. And so when they come here, they see that connection with the students and the teachers.
She was only there for approximately 4 months, and at our first parent-teacher conference, the kindergarten teacher called her stupid and dumb so that she'd have to repeat kindergarten. This was repeated to her not once but twice. In a second time, it was in a meeting with the principal, and the principal backed up the teacher.
9 weeks after I started, we found out that I was higher reader, higher math, language, and everything than they were. And I was sitting in class bored.
And I found out that Imagine was ahead of them by a year, so I switched her back.
We tell our parents we partner with them.
The parents have an open door always. They can always come in and speak to a staff member, their student's teacher.
I feel most confident in the teachers here. This is where I feel confident and safe.
These students' parents here at Imagine on Broadway really want to be here. They not only teach the child, they teach the whole family. They bring the whole family in.
one of the biggest things that really warmed my heart was my first parent event at Broadway. And all these parents were there. And I worked with parents all my adult life, in getting poor parents to participate in the child's academic life or extracurricular activity life was difficult. But Imagine found that formula. And so that's something special going on there.
When my father passed away unexpectedly, all the teachers and staff came together to support us. Told Caitlin to take as much time as she needed. If she needed to leave the classroom, they were there for her.
We truly do work together on all levels, including with parents at home and with students. And we talk to them about why they might be behaving a certain way or why they might be performing a certain way on a test.
I've researched, Fort Wayne community schools, the private schools we have here, the Lutheran, the Catholic, any of those schools, and I'm not finding that education base that I like.
When they come to us, a lot of them really come hanging their heads down, and our parents deserve to feel proud of their children, and so that's why I keep coming back.
To me, it was very important to be in a charter school system because I believe they provide more attention and more one-to-one relationship.
I want to prove to my students and to their parents that we do believe in them, and we truly know that they can be successful.
Honestly, I just want to ask those people to make a decision, how can you sleep well in the night, saying, we close the school down. It's just business for us and not even looking at the school as a person.
The best part is the attention they put on the kids and everything. I have also nephews going in this school, and all they tell me is the school is great, everybody is great, there is no bullying around like other schools, and everybody understands each other.
When my husband passed away, our school community hugged us, kissed us, and loved us like nobody else. They went above and beyond in explaining to my third graders class what it meant that her dad wasn't around anymore, and explained to them, this is how we need to hug her and love her. They explained it to my son's kindergarten class, there's certain things that we're going to do a little differently to make him not feel uncomfortable with coming back to school after such a tragedy happened.
It's a must. Part of the curriculum, besides learning how to read and math, is building a strong character so they have the confidence.
I love those characteristics that they have because it's everything that I want my son to be.
I believe that as with the school teaching character traits and values, they're reinforcing what I'm already teaching at home.
I think that we provide a safe and high expectation environment for our students. We give them love, we give them support. We don't emphasize the problem, we emphasize the feeling behind what made that child act out and helping that child come to terms with coming back to kindness and consideration again.
Our teacher always helps by, even though we're behind at grades, she treats us nice and she always tries to make us a grade higher by using all her tools she can.
He actually was a representative of the pre-kindergarten that we had here. He used to come and sit during Kiana's class, and he would teach the second graders how you're supposed to sit and the line procedures and things. His first day of kindergarten here, he actually took kids from his kindergarten class and made them not scared. Overall, when you get into the adult world, that A+ in math isn't going to be as great as having a moral standard.
At Imagine, we have something called JIF, and that stands for Justice, Integrity, and Fun. These are shared values that are very important to our school.
In terms of justice, it's really looking at every student as an individual.
Take each child as a whole and say, okay, what is best for this student? And integrity is working together as a team to do what is best for the students, for the school. And fun is giving each person, each child, each teacher, each part of the team a decision. By giving them decisions, it gets them invested, and they're passionate then about what they're doing because they're in charge of it.
We are a lighthouse. When you close down our school, you turn that light out for a lot of our families and definitely leave them feeling like there's no hope.
I think the impact in the community would be huge if Imagine on Broadway is not here. That's one of the things that I value is my sense of community. If you look at the 40 assets for a productive or successful or healthy child, a sense of community is one of the biggest ones that there is. And what I'm afraid of, if this school goes away, the neighborhood might deteriorate rapidly.
If our school would shut down, the public schools are going to be getting all of these students. I had a situation with one of my students who went into the public school for 3 days, and she's a very intelligent student, and she was not doing well in school, on her homework, and so after 3 days, her mother took her out and brought her back to our school, and I'm just afraid of multiple examples of this happening.
Our students are of lower income for the most part. In terms of our community impact, our kids are out every single weekend, multiple times throughout the month, actually participating in a project we call the Shine Project. And it's the kids actually getting to use their hands to realize how much they can really impact the community as a whole.
People can talk a lot about supporting kids, supporting families, supporting the community. It's actually happened here.
Not only academically do they learn, but they have to learn life lessons while they're with us, because sometimes we are the only constant that they have. That's a big part of being able to reach a student, is being able to know that they care for you and you care for them.
Imagine on Broadway has opened its arms to a high percentage of students that would fall through the cracks in public schools. They include them, and that means so much to the parents who are so ready to give up hope.
All of our parents choose to come to our school, or we wouldn't exist.
I have a kindergartner this fall, and I'm scared of what's going to happen for him. I'm afraid that they're both going to be left behind, that they're not going to be challenged. I don't want to risk their academic future being pushed to the wayside in the name of numbers or in the name of just moving a child on.
If the school charter is not renewed, I believe it's going to impact their grades because I can literally see all the schools that are nearby. Just if they're already at 35 kids to one teacher, they're going to easily go up to 40, 45. And how do we address that?
I just think we need more time. We have the faculty, we have the parents, we have the students that we need to become an extremely successful school.
If Imagine on Broadway were to close, it would be devastating for our community. It would truly be devastating for our parents in that they wouldn't have a voice.
The impact of closing Imagine schools is going to be felt very greatly. Most of them are going to end up back in Fort Wayne Community Schools, and I have a feeling even though Fort Wayne Community Schools may be an A+ school, according to the state of Indiana, a lot of these students are going to fail again because they're not going to have the one-on-one time that the teachers give, and the teachers here at Imagine give 110%.
We absolutely know where we're headed. We just need that solid partnership with someone else that knows it too.
You take hope and opportunity from children, you got a problem. And so that's what the Imagine represents to me.